Hey guys, welcome back
Well,
to
it's
another episode of Bear With Us. It is I, Juggerbear, and my lovely co-host.
it is I, Bearsfan, who has had one of the roughest Saturdays known to man. I've had inconveniences. I really haven't had a awful day. I'm just very bothered and very broke. But it is nice to be back talking with you. It's we just finished the podcast recording not too long ago, about an hour, but we're all nice and relaxed, and we figured, well, might as well have something planned for all you people out there loving the Bears and withing us.
hmm So today's topic is gonna be fear of the unknown, like when life kind of knocks you down, or bad things happen and you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I've felt that a lot more recently, and a lot of that has been mostly aimed towards the fear of just what can happen. I need to be relatively healthier about a lot of stuff, but it's been not very great with me recently. I think I've been having some real bad heartburn recently, and I've been internalizing that as like I have some underlying heart issue, and I'm afraid mostly because I don't know the doctor. I don't know this. So I'm constantly worried about what could just be something minor, and it's just not that big of a deal, but it's just that's a bit of the unknownness about the thing that I fear. Just, you know, one day I go to sleep and then like I wake up and it's like I'm not awake. I'm somewhere else.
I mean, shoot, something like that. Only thing I can kind of give off on personal experience is stuff that's kind of kept me awake at night, where a few months ago, I was all extremely worried about like the future, like what's gonna happen. This possible thing could go wrong. This kind of thing could go wrong, whether it's like personal life or global events that just aren't in my control. I find, for at least in my experience, how I handle a lot of that is just kind of you can worry about the stuff that you can control, but with stuff that you can't, it's just you know I hate to say do the best you can, where that kind of falls into the stuff you can control category, but it is very much a do what you can, where if you're worried about one event, like let's say like your parents are going to the hospital or something, or you're going to the hospital, you know, help, like if it's your parents, help them out with stuff around the house, make them feel comfortable. And if it's for yourself, well, obviously go as soon as you can, and once you actually get that diagnosis, or once you're into that surgery, and lead up to it, do everything that's recommended for you to do.
Right. And the thing is, and something that I've actually kind of noticed with fear of the unknown, 99% of the time, most people just fear being unlucky. Because most of the time, when stuff happens, it's not the most common outcome. Obviously, people die every day, and that's considered a common outcome. But like stuff like that, like worrying about, waking up and just, I mean, falling asleep and not waking up. Like for most people, I mean, obviously that is a genuine thing, but like for other people who think about it that way, it's just they fear that they're just going to get very unlucky one night and then they don't get to experience life ever again. Or like even if it's like, having to go to the doctor where it's like, oh no, I'm going to have to get like a needle stuck in me, but the doctor's going to prick an artery and it's going to take me to the ER and I'm not going to be able to get resuscitated or I'm going to have to pay a very large bill. it's like it's always it's weird.
Be able to scan the enemy soon.
What's the plan here?
People, it's just weird that when you think about it that way, people just fear being unlucky. And I think a lot of people have that fear just because they have a basis in their head that they're just genuinely unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
This is it.
And obviously you should be worried about some stuff, like not be like, say for an example, you shouldn't be unprepared for the unknown.
Excellent.
Like there's obviously some unknown stuff that you can prepare for. Like you can prepare your health, you can prepare your body, you can prepare a lot of things. But the thing is, even if you even if you do stuff to prepare, that doesn't necessarily exclude you. And it's the
Let's
same
see.
thing. Even if you don't do stuff to uh, prepare,
One enemy
you can
eliminated.
just feel perfectly fine the next day. It's awkward.
Last one. There we go.
And
All
a
right,
lot of
let's
my
move on.
fear
No
of
shadows detected.
unknown came up with my father getting his cancer treatment real soon. And normally I'm not a big person to fear because I trust doctors and everything. But it's the first time I've ever seen my father like legitimately scared for something like that. And it's a major surgery, and like he probably is going to be, but like
And
it's
that's a
just
wrap, folks.
the fear of like something happening and like I don't see him again. It's just it's been ringing within me.
We've been ambushed.
They've taken the initiative.
I mean,
I can't really.
go on.
I was
What's
just
the
gonna.
plan here?
I was just gonna say you don't.
It'll
I
take
know
a little
that
more
you
time.
don't really overly relate to
Shall I
that
move to
because of
strike?
your whole situation, but still, it's rough.
I I find with, for me at least, with, I mean, obviously from like more Catholic perspective, I do take great comfort and care and just go in like, okay, this isn't up to me anymore. I can pray for the best outcome, and I can do things that'll help lead to the best outcome. But when it's something that's like again with your parents, or in this case your father, where they are going in for surgery, the best you can do is just make him comfortable in the moment. Where
Right?
if he's in pain, doing something, do that thing for him, do him some favors. But a lot of it is just more kind of taking a step back from the situation and us and just kind of accepting events as they go. Where if it's a major surgery, obviously things can go wrong, but they wouldn't be doing this surgery if it wasn't in your father's best interest.
Yeah, and I kind of understand that, and I understand too that like everything happens for a reason. If something happens, there's a reason why God has done it, and
Appreciate it. Let's see.
it's just a really fickle thing with me because, and this is just something I've also been kind of struggling with. I feel like I've been getting too many challenges, and my mom's always told me God isn't gonna give you something you can't handle,
I've already scanned this one.
and I know she's
I'm
right,
still setting up. It'll take
but
a
a
little
part
more
of me is
time.
just like
I'm still setting
I've
up.
been
It'll
given
take a
so
little more
much to
time.
handle right now. When's my break? And I just kind of I don't really get bitter towards God. I just more ask him, why is this happening to me right now?
Timing. Go.
And of
That's
course,
one
I know
fewer.
it's not
Keep it
some,
up,
and I know
Juggerbear.
that he's just doing what it is for
Nice
the best
physical
interest for
comparison.
me.
I'll go with.
See if
But
you can take
it's
advantage of
like
that.
that with everyone though. Like not everyone's judgment is kind of going to be like when you're forced to do something you don't really want to
What's the plan
do.
here?
Want to give that a try?
You're going to like you're gonna be like, do I really have to do it? And it's sort of like that, if that makes sense.
Pull the trigger. I won't lose.
So, obviously you said God's not going to give you anything that you can't handle.
You've been knocked down.
Like, just in that moment, though, I got unlucky, and I got wiped out by an enemy.
Say something, please.
So,
That's crazy.
yeah,
That's
and this whole...
crazy.
Yeah, that was...
Well, at least we got a listener.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Persona's watching me, shoot. Anyway,
Crazy.
so again, like, more Catholic stuff here. We believe that from... that I hate to say suffering builds character, but there is a whole part of it where it builds up sanctity. So, in a sense, suffering does build character. That sounds so cruel, I'm sorry, but...
No, I understand where you're coming from. And
We're
to a
doing well.
point, you are
Let's
right.
keep up the
You do have
pace.
to overcome some stuff to learn some stuff. And granted, I've been helped out a ton when growing up, so, like, I definitely do need to learn some stuff, no doubt.
Or press on a little more.
But, like, at some point, I feel like I need a bit of a break.
Advantage. I'm ready.
Mhm.
And it's just, with the news with my father and, like, even with my sister heading to the hospital a while ago, it's just... The whole unknownness happening right now has just been really scary.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I don't really know how to... I mean, obviously I've done stuff to help, but it's just like... At some point, what can you do to, like, relax yourself when you've done everything that you can?
Archangel.
I
Excellent.
mean, once you've done what you can, it's just kind of throw it up and hope
What's
for the
next?
best at that point, though, where
Archangel.
this gets just step back and say, this is out of my control now.
Here we go.
And because of this... Oh my god. Because of this... Give me a minute. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Like I said, this is Bear with us. You're not looking for, like,
Eloquent
confirmed
dialogue,
answers. You're basically looking for people going through the
Hey,
same
let's lift that
struggles.
So this is probably my very poor understanding of stoicism
So this is where
talking.
the stairs were.
But when you know, like, you get lemons from life,
Oop, I spy some treasure.
you just kind of, and you
Right.
can't control it. Like with your dad going to the hospital,
Be careful. Looks like fire will work great.
all you can really do with that is just hope for the best, prepare
Okay,
for the
now
worst,
what?
and just take life as it comes at you.
What's the plan here?
Right?
I'll show you.
It's just... That's just the hard thing, and I think that's something a lot of people need to that I need to understand, and even a lot of
Can't stop
people,
me now.
that maybe
Go for
I'm just gonna have to be okay with that, and that it sucks, but there are people out there who are like that, going through the same thing. It's almost it's not really like anxiety, if that makes sense. It's more of like, there are people out there who are going through the same thing as me, and there are spaces for me to be able to be comfortable with this. It's just, the space may not be here for a while, and, like, ultimately, at the end of the day, people who fear the unknown often fear, often feel the fact that, you know, they're going to be the one that's gonna be the 1%. people love being the people either love or hate being the 1%. It's all about statistics, baby.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's weird.
Only two
One
left.
enemy defeated.
But
Keep going,
you
Kirito
know what?
Senpai.
The unknown can also be good too, and maybe I should focus on that. Like the unknown isn't just bad. Like who knows? Maybe you could go to work the next morning and out of nowhere, you basically get a call from your boss saying, "Hey, guess what? We get to give you a raise now." Like that's good. That's stuff that'll make people happy, and that's really unknown because nobody really knows when that news is coming out of nowhere. So like, it's it's so weird with the unknown. If I was like
I won't lose.
if I was a little bit more mature, I would probably think of this topic a bit more rationally, but because I'm not, it's weird. And maybe I could focus on the fact that, you know what, I'm going to be fine regardless.
Mhm. Yeah. That's pretty much the only thing that you can do in that sort of situation where if you're worried about something, it's just to kind of worry about what you can worry about and don't worry about what you can't, and just as long as you did the best you can, you've done the best you can.
Right?
Did you see
And
that?
plus, 9 times out of 10, when people go to the doctor, they're often only afraid. I think I read something the other day that people are more afraid of people are more afraid of getting a hospital bill than dying in a hospital.
It seems like we've checked
Which is just kind of funny when you think about it.
four
Oh,
enemies.
that's not
They've got
good.
the upper hand.
Meanwhile, Canadians don't get that joke at all.
Yeah, they
But
just
yeah,
get told to kill themselves by the medical facility.
yeah.
Just
Wow, you
one
have an
down.
issue wrong with you?
Look for him.
That's crazy. Come back with us in 6 months. Maybe we'll have your solution.
Never gives up.
Dickinson's in bad shape.
Uh,
But, I guess I gotta ask, do you have anything that you're fearing of that's unknown right now?
One
Excellent.
enemy
At the
eliminated.
moment,
come.
it would probably be it was an article I read about with insect populations where or when I first saw it was like and how they were decreasing due to like industrial agriculture, and at first it like really freaked me out and I lost a night of sleep over it. But now I've had time to kind of sit on it. It's like both sides agree, like right, left, that current farming practices aren't good. You'll see people on the left, talking about veganism and environmental sustainability. On the right, you'll see how people will freak out about how you know the insecticides and other chemicals they put on the food is poisonous to us. And so
Right. And
both
they're
sides
also
agree.
worried about the chemicals in the water,
Yeah,
about the
but that kind of
frogs.
goes into the whole
I,
point too. So
right. What did they turn the frogs into again? I keep on forgetting.
the hermaphroditic, so it made male frogs women.
Ah, I
I'll go
see.
with.
First children, now frogs. What will the Democrats think of next?
Never
The
mind.
enemy's weak to
No.
ice. Let's freeze them
But
solid.
you see, everyone kind of has a fear of the unknown, and it's fine to have them. You just got to not worry about it, because then you become a hypochondriac, and then you start thinking you have those issues. And then Google then fear mongers you into thinking you are having a heart attack, and it's just no, I'm not. I'm just slightly sore. More of the story. Don't go on
Yeah.
YouTube to
Who's up
look up
next?
health advice. It is 9 times out of 10 not a good idea. But I don't really have more. So if Juggerbear wants, we can take this to the outro.
Yes, I want to thank anyone who stuck around this far to
Powerful
watch
enemy
this
spotted.
video, though.
Please be careful.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and spread the Seikos Project propaganda to all of your friends. We would greatly appreciate it as we begin our plans on world domination. And we'll see you
Peace,
guys in the next one. Peace out.
peace out.